Welcome everyone, back for another session, part 2, Wasteland 3. To be fair, I honestly can't stop sort of playing this game. I'm so interested in its sort of background and its lore and all the characters and things like that. I'm so obsessed with like the sort of Obsidian and Fallout franchises, so let's get straight to it. So we left off where we had just rescued sort of the Major, but she died. And I think now we are on our way to see the Patriarch. So let's see if we can get there, see what he's all about. Oh yeah. Major Tomcat as well. That's a little surprise. Okay, so we'll lead to all this. Major died here, but she's disappeared. And I think we are on our way up this way. Someone to loot already?
Jared, little brother, how goes that deluge of blood? You dry gulch them Hotlanders yet? Rastus! Jared's dead! They killed him! Gunned him down like a dog! What? No! No! If I ever catch who did this, they're dead! Every last one of them dead! You hear me? My brother will be avenged!
Well, that sounds like the big brother that he was on about. The big scary guy. But whether we meet him or not, sounds like we will. Glass knuckles. Intimidating, but the shards stink like old beer.
Was that Major Prasad? They got her? God damn it. Fuck this place. Fuck it.
Hang on, what's just happened?
Welcome, Rangers. You may approach the Patriarch.
Three, when there were 50. Cold logic says I should turn you away. That there aren't enough of you left to do the job at hand. But that Dorsey ambush was my fault. And I owe you more than explanations and apologies. So, here's something more tangible. The Dorseys didn't just attack you. They attacked my city. This one was trying to burn down our jail. If you want some vengeance for what was done to you, he's yours.
Okay. So, kill the Dorsey. Don't mind if we do. He's your prisoner. You can have the honours. We'll
If
go
you
with that.
insist.
Holy shit.
It's been too long since I've dealt with my problems firsthand.
I'm impressed.
I'd like to do the same to all the Dorseys. And maybe, with your help, I will. But for now, let me address your immediate needs. In addition to this base and the aid I promised your general, I'll be giving you the resources to return your force to full strength. Recruiting, training, and equipping. It's not enough. I know. The men and women you lost can never be replaced, but it's what I can give you. I hope you'll accept it. I'm glad to find you so amenable. I hope that means we're going to get along. Now, introductions. My name is Saul Buchanan. I own Colorado, though you'll meet some who disagree. This base is your new home. From here, you'll aid my people and, more importantly, do the job I brought you here to do. Now, yes, Joe?
Pardon, Patriarch. It's Daisy. An update on the Garden of the Gods?
All right. Sorry, Rangers. Still putting out fires. Two of my best are waiting for you inside. Darius Kwan of the Marshals and my old friend Sergei Greatsky. Go see him. I'll be in when I'm done here.
Okay.
No sudden moves around the Patriarch.
I need to rest a spell. Catch my breath. That all right with you?
How are your injuries? Recovering okay?
I'm still healing up. Go out and find your footing while I get back on my feet.
Are you missing Arizona?
Oh man, more every day. This place is nice and all. Kind of majestic with all the mountains and wild weather, but it's hard to enjoy it when I know everybody back home is dying by inches. We gotta finish up our business with the Patriarch and get the supplies he promised us back home. People are counting on us. My folks are counting on us. Sorry, I just want to get this done and get back to them.
Talk to you later, Jody.
Later.
Damn it.
No sudden moves around the Patriarch.
Very talkative, these people.
Pleased to meet you, Rangers.
Uh-huh.
I'm just going. Have a look at what's going on.
Welcome, Rangers. I'm Marshal Darius Kwan, and this here's Sergei Greatsky.
Good to meet you, Rangers. Glad to see some friendly faces. Been rough around here these last few days. Dorsey's attacked us too. Snuck inside Colorado Springs and killed a lot of people. Situation's under control now. Mostly.
Mostly. Why are these alarms going off?
No idea. Something must have triggered the old security system. Trouble is, there's a bunch of angry robots guarding the computer that shuts them off. How you deal with them is your call. Your base, your rules.
So this place is ours now?
Yep. Noisy alarms and all. Courtesy of the Patriarch. We can talk more once we get a little peace and quiet.
Enter the war room and wake the base's main systems. Okay, well, first, I think we've got a new weapon for this guy, I'm pretty sure. I've seen that before. I've seen all this before. Any weapon can be broken down into spare parts by field stripping it. If you have a very low barter skill, you can sometimes get a better price from merchants for the parts that the weapon itself. Okay. Any cat? 6 to 7, 8 to 9. Equip secondary. Okay. So, does it have the same effect on them both? The armor? Yes, by the looks of it. I think I'll give it to Spence, maybe. Oh yeah. Three skill points. Gotta be one on first aid. Gotta be one on all three. No perks yet, no attribute points. Makes you more effective with submachine guns. So, recommended attributes: coordination, awareness, and speed. New perk available. Okay, but I have no perk points. Okay, so when all this unlocks, I'm pretty sure we'll look at all this. Okay, turn some alarms off. Take it, it's in here then. It's in this room. Okay.
Alarm, 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 fire alarm. A warning to you in Uber. This is a secure government facility. You commit trespassing against the authorization or you will be disappointed.
Okay, so I've only got one option. Oh no.
Incorrect. Circular barbed wire loop. The call order was given to barbed wire loop. You are foolish.
That order is invalid. A century out of
You
date.
are invalid.
You are invalid. Oh, okay. That enemy has armor, which means that it can block some of your incoming damage. Fortunately, all weapons have a penetration stat. If your weapon's penetration is equal to or greater than your enemy's armor, your weapon will deal full damage. If your weapon's penetration is less than the target's armor, You'll do a proportionate amount of damage, but for no percentage. Oh, so close. It's like we're defending. Don't kill me. Miss. Oh, Tom. Oh, there we go. No, I didn't think he acted. That animal. That was just a companion. He was actually a fighter. Well, that was a nice and easy little one, must admit. The terminal is dusty and old, but when you press the power button, it flickers to life. The computer beeps and whirs for the first time in years. As it boots up, security alert flashes across the display. Every attempt to access a menu is met with command access only. Eventually, query the machine for the command's identity. It replies, command empty, designate new command. Install yourself as a command. As command. A camera flashes above the monitor. Terrible photos of your faces slowly appear on the screen line by line. Command recognised. Security alert cancelled. Oh yeah, look at that. Thank you.
Well done, Rangers. Good to see the place up and running. Now, where were we? Oh yes, the reason you're here.
Okay.
As you may know, I have a daughter and 2 sons. Liberty, Valor, and Victory. 2 of them conspired against me, and the 3rd blackens the Buchanan name with every breath he takes. Consequently, I banished him. They've been skulking in the shadows ever since, but lately there's been rumors that I'm on my last legs. Lies, of course.
Wouldn't have thought.
But apparently my dear children believe them, and they've started making new plans.
Okay. You're looking for protection when they attack? Are you asking us to become assassins? So you need us to round them up? You want us to act as emissaries to your children, make peace. You want us to round them up?
Ain't you smart? I'm not worried about my children defeating me, Rangers. They won't. Not even Liberty. What worries me is the destruction they'll wreak as they fail. They'll tear my land and my people to shreds. They'll burn everything I've accomplished to ash. That's why they have to be stopped before they can start. That's why you, Rangers, have to find them and bring them home to me ASAP. And when I say bring them home, I mean bring them home alive. They're my blood. Kill them and we'll have a problem. Do I make myself clear?
Perfectly clear. What if taking your kids alive is impossible?
You've already done the impossible by making it here. I trust you. Find a way to make it possible. Now, let me tell you where they are. Victory's holed up in Aspen. Valor's under the protection of the Gippers in Denver. And Liberty's raising an army against me somewhere out on the Eastern Plains. Anything else you need to know?
I think so. We'll need more background on your kids before we can go
What
after
do you
them.
want to know?
For one thing, you must have plenty of competent people in Colorado. Why ask us to deal with your children?
Divided loyalty, that's why. I trust my guards, but they don't leave my side. Ever. Everybody else is making plans for when I'm gone. The 100 families, the Gippers, the Marshals, they're all out for themselves. And they know my kids would make good figureheads, give them some legitimacy. Any Coloradan I send to bring Vic, Val, and Libby back home might think they'll get a better deal elsewhere. But not you. I'm the only one who can save your people. Nobody else can get supplies to Arizona before they starve to death. That's why it's you who's doing this. You've got the only loyalty that works. The loyalty of self-interest.
What should we know about Victory?
Boy's never been right in the head. Since he was a baby, he'd torture cats, terrorize the servants, set the house on fire, and he's only got worse. The things he's done to the women he finds. Anyway, I finally had enough and put the little monster under house arrest up in Aspen. Guess they weren't prepared because he escaped a while ago and then came back with a gang of freaks and turned the place into a slaughterhouse.
Sounds like a right charm.
Now he's on the radio, laughing about what he's gonna do to his hostages and daring me to come after him. He, claims he's captured some rangers as well. And if he does, you're still bringing him home alive no matter what. Remember?
Okay. I can see where this is going to get tough. What kind of man is Valor?
Soft, spoiled, fiddled with computers all day instead of learning the arts of diplomacy and war. Finally packed him off when he accidentally crashed my security systems right before his sister's little coup attempt. Made him my official ambassador to the Gippers, hoping he'd do to their systems what he'd done to mine. That was a mistake. He took his revenge by convincing them to cut off oil shipments to my city. No oil means no heat, no light, and no food for my people. So getting Valor back and resuming oil shipments from the Gippers has to happen now.
So isn't Valor dangerous?
No, but the Gippers are tough and well armed, and Denver's a death trap.
Tell us about Liberty.
Liberty's got more brains and cunning than both her brothers put together. She's the only one who could actually run Colorado. Problem is, she'd run it as a goddamn slave state. Everyone in chains, everyone working for her. Wouldn't worry about her for now, though. Best to wait until you got a little more firepower. She's gonna be well protected.
Sound like a right charming bunch of kids. Sounds like she's a born leader.
At least I raised one.
Thanks for the info. We'll do our best with them.
You'd better. Anything else?
We have a few things we would like to ask you about the Dorseys and the ambush. Who are the Dorseys?
The last dregs of a treacherous family. Thought I'd wipe them out years ago, but...
Must be a huge family, that. Oh, well, a huge, like, following.
Mistakes linger, Rangers. I know that better than most.
Do you think Vic, Val, or Liberty were behind the attack on our convoy?
Possibly. But I know the Dorseys from the old days. They don't take orders well. Then again, I wouldn't have guessed they'd have the guts to attack both you and Colorado Springs at the same time. So somebody put some fire in them.
Why do you say the ambush was your fault?
My staff and I coordinated the details of your arrival using coded transmissions on radio frequencies we thought were secure. Obviously, they were not. And you paid for it. I take full responsibility.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you. Alright, enough about the Darcys.
What else do you need?
Thank you for the briefing, Patriarch.
Of course. Now, if you want a chance to impress me, maybe get a little payback, that call I got outside was from Sheriff Daisy, the head of the marshals in Colorado Springs. She's having trouble rousting some Dorseys who have been holed up in the Garden of the Gods since their raid fell apart. Why don't you go give her a hand? Show us what the Rangers can do.
New mission concerned rats.
Enjoy yourselves, Rangers. Just don't get killed. I want a return on my investment. All right, let's move out.
Okay, that's that then. So he's the Patriarch. He was meant to save, or he's going to save all our people back in Arizona by sending them food supplies and things. Okay, so bit of loot. You have a new mission. To view its details, use J to open the mission log. Primary missions progress the main story. Secondary missions are optional side quests. You've just received the primary mission concerned rats, so your next step should be paying a visit to the Sheriff Daisy in downtown Colorado Springs. Okay, attributes and skills up again. Loot skills. Three points. Let's give this guy an explosives. Animal Whisperer. I'm going to give her a weird science. Starting at level 3, your rangers will earn 1 attribute point per level. Attributes always cost 1 point to upgrade. Attributes are the source of all your vital stats. Want to live longer, run faster, shoot straighter, or hit harder? There's an attribute for that. Cool. 1 point. Coordination is your physical condition, self-control and health. Take care of your body and it will take care of you. Luck is your guardian angel, whether you're lighting up the decisive attack, dodging incoming fire, or down to your bottom dollar. Sometimes the winds of fortune blow your way. I think I'm going to give her a look. And then this guy, I'm going to give him a look as well. Let's give us some health. Just looking to try and see if I can't upgrade any weapons or anything yet. But it doesn't seem... Doesn't seem like I can. Okay. Let's get all the loot. In the Wasteland, you'll find both weapon and armor mods. Installing a mod will improve any equipment it's attached to, but once installed, they cannot be removed. To install a mod, one of your squad members must have the necessary weapon modding or armor modding skill level. And I chose luck. Jesus. To install a weapon or armor mod, select the weapon or armor you want to upgrade and choose the modify option under it. Different mods require different armor or weapon modding skill levels. The better the mod, the harder it is to install. Well, let's try and modify his main weapon first. Requires one weapon modding, which I've got. We'll get that. Does that mean his weapon has a mod? Sorry, I thought that was a scope. It's an underbarrel light. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. It smells like a botched overclock. Cool. I think I've got everything now. Is she with me? No, she's not. Let's go.
Rangers, come talk to me when you've got a moment. Want to discuss staffing and recruiting, that kind of thing. Good job, Rangers. Nice to be able to hear ourselves think again. And now that it's quiet enough to talk, let me reintroduce you to the great Sergei Greatsky, who's going to be helping you with personnel.
Hi again, Rangers. Damn sorry about your people. But now that you're here, we'll do what we can to get you back on your feet and find you some new recruits, just like the Patriarch promised you.
Okay.
And I already got you one of the best. Meet Marcelo Gonzalez, electronics wizard, radio technician, and former dispatcher for the Marshals. He'll be your radio operator.
Howdy, Rangers. While you were dealing with the alarms, I took the liberty of installing a combat AI in your vehicle. Should help you out. If you want to chat, I'll be in the operations room getting things up and running.
Should be more recruits arriving soon. Ready to tell me how you want to fill out your squad?
Ranger H crew recruiting Rangers. Speak to Sergeant Gretzky to hire new Rangers for your squad. Your squad can have up to 6 members, no more than 4 can be Rangers. The other 2 slots may be filled by companions, such as Marshal Quan. Companions are unique NPCs who aren't officially Rangers, but want to help out all the same. You'll find plenty of companions on your journey throughout Colorado. Woo! Love companions. Should be more recruits arriving soon. Ready to tell me how you want to fill out your squad? Before we get to all that,
of course.
We have a few
Ask
questions.
Away.
We'll have questions. You volunteered
Yeah,
for
I was
this?
getting a little itchy doing the same old in the marshals.
And retirement was driving me stir crazy. Just sitting around listening to the paint peel. I jumped at the chance to help you folks out.
I don't believe that for a second. For some reason. Can you and Quan tell us more about yourselves? You both seem awful eager to help out a group of unknown outsiders. Why are you really here? You both seem awful eager. Just on that one, mate. What was the deal with the alarms and the robots? How long has this place been abandoned? What was the radio operator saying about putting a combat AI in our vehicle? So we've got a lot.
It's no lie that I've been looking to leave the marshals, but you're right. That's not the whole story. The Patriarch asked me to keep an eye on you, so here I am.
And I am truly sick of retirement. But, yeah, I'm doing the Patriarch a favor too.
So, you're spies?
Let's say liaisons. The Patriarch wants you to succeed, and he knows it's not going to be easy. You're strangers in a strange land.
That's true.
You don't know the politics. You don't know the personalities. Who hates who? Where the bodies are buried.
That's also true.
That's where we come in. We're here to make sure you don't make too many rookie mistakes, step on the wrong toes. And yeah, we're supposed to report back to the Patriarch about how you're doing. But you didn't really expect to be left completely to your own devices, did you?
Possibly not. Can you and Quan tell us more about yourselves?
Well,
Sergey won't blow his own horn, so I'll do it for him. He's Colorado's greatest war hero. Fought by the Patriarch's side from the beginning and saved the old man's life about 100 times, right, Sergey?
75. Tops. Now, let me tell you about Mr. Slick here. Nobody knows the streets and alleys of Colorado Springs, or the people that live there, better than dashing Darius Quan.
You're too kind, Sergey.
Sounds like a good person or companion to have, Mr. Quan. What was the deal with the alarms and the robots?
Not sure exactly. We came by a week and a half ago and it was stone quiet.
We were gonna get the place cleaned up before you got here. But then the Dorseys attacked the city, so it got put on the back burner.
Something must have triggered the security systems between then and now. Could have been anything.
How long has this place been abandoned?
Patriarch chased out the last big gang maybe 10 years back. Before that, all kinds of bandits, militias, and cults have lived here since the deluge.
Recently, it's been mostly outlaws and refugees. We should check around to see if there are any current occupants.
Ooh.
Could be what set off the alarms.
What's the deluge? We've been hearing that word a lot.
Around these parts, we call the nuclear apocalypse the deluge of fire, because, well, that's what it was.
Noah's flood was the deluge of water. The nukes were the deluge of fire.
Sounds depressing. What was the radio operator saying about putting a combat AI in our vehicle?
Gonzalez? He's a whiz with stuff like that. The AI will allow you to give the vehicle orders in combat without having to be inside it. Basically, it'll become another member of your squad.
Cool. Let's talk about that. Let's update our squad.
Okay, what's next?
Here we go. Show us who you've got lined up.
My advice is to put together a squad with complementary skills. Nobody can be great at everything. So, pick recruits who are good at things your current team isn't. And you can always round out your squad with folks you meet along the way.
Excuse me. Makes
Keep
sense.
that in mind when you're choosing from the recruits I've rounded up.
Okay. Nice. Okay, that's a massive selection. Okay, so we need a mechanic. I could really do with an armor modder that has a level above armor modding 1. But I'm not going to get that. So I'm going to go for him as my mechanic. Elemental weapons ignore enemy armor entirely. The 4 elemental damage types are energy, fire, cold and explosive damage. Enemies are often weak to some elemental damage types and resistant to others. Superb, thank you. One more, I can have 4. So one more. I have a first aider. Let's go for a nerder and a sneaky, like a thief type character. You can only have a maximum of 4 player created rangers in your squad.
Listen, I can get you all the fighting troops you need, but if you meet any talented people in your travels, don't hesitate to sign them up. Now that we've got that sorted, let's talk about the next steps. Now you're the boss here, so I'm not going to tell you what to do, but getting this place up and running wouldn't be a bad place to start. That means surveying the base and finding specialists to staff it.
Surveying the base sounds good.
Perfect. That'll give you a chance to see if any of the junk around here is worth keeping before I toss it all out. After that, you might want to give Sheriff Daisy a hand. If you impress her, maybe she'll hook you up with some specialists for the base.
Okay.
Anyway, your call. Colorado Springs is straight out the main gate. If you want to go to Denver or Aspen, just hop back in your car and go out the way you came in.
One sec. Forgive me for saying so, but I'm guessing you folks are gonna need as much help in the field as you will here in HQ. So, what if I joined your squad?
Oh yeah.
At least until you find your feet. Well, I know this city like the back of my hand. And this city knows me. My time in the Marshals means I've got connections and trusted informants everywhere. Plus, I'm a sure shot and a decent scrapper.
Sounds good.
And, though it hurts my civic pride to say it, there are places around here where those things might come in handy. Great. I'm at your
use the
disposal.
help.
Lead the way.
You've recruited your first companion. Companions are a unique kind of squad member. Unlike the rangers you create, companions are pre-made characters that have their own personality and agenda. Piss them off and they could leave you high and dry. You can have up to 6 characters in your squad. Up to 4 of them can be ranger recruits, leaving at least 2 spots open for companions. There's no reason not to take them along, provided you can maintain their loyalty. Okay, let's go and have a look around this base. Okay.
Well, this must have been the mess hall. Better get this up and running pronto. Keeping your people well fed is probably the easiest way to keep them loyal.
Food on these tables is cold and partially eaten, but not rotten. It's clear someone recently fled mid-meal. Can't do anything in here. Okay.
Pretty grand in here. Maybe you could make it your trophy hall or museum or something. Or a handball court.
How's just happened now? When you've been spotted by an enemy, each ranger in your squad has a chance to take their first combat turn, with a higher initiative stat increasing that chance. To get a higher initiative, you can increase your speed attribute and sneaky shit skill. Oh, go on, Tom.
That's all you.
Wow, well, I didn't know. I thought I just killed myself. Wolverine. The power button on the machine resists your press, seemingly rusted in place. It makes a sandy crunch as it finally gives way. The screen comes to life with a sad beep. RAID failure, corruption detected. Across multiple sectors, initiating automated repair operations. Recovery complete. View recovered logs. Report 1. Classified information. Okay. fallen billboard. Who put it here? Okay, well, I think we'll return back to the main base and pick this up in part 3. I know there hasn't been much action in this part, but at least we've got a full squad at a base. So it sounds like we need to explore this base. Which clearly I haven't really explored any of it yet, so we'll pick that up in part 3, I think. So let's do a quick save. And thank you for joining me. I hope you're enjoying this series, Wasteland 3, and I'll definitely be back with part 3. Thanks very much. See you later.